What's up my mates of YouTube? In today's video I'm going to be talking about a couple more budget focused winter fragrances. So these are all going to come in at less than $40 Australian. Starting things off with the cheapest one, Nike Men Brown. This is a clone of Dolce & Gabbana's The One Eau de Toilette. It is maybe 5 to 10% fresher than The One, but to most people's noses it's going to smell exactly the same. It actually performs about the same as well. It's not until you get to Dolce & Gabbana's The One Eau de Parfum that it starts performing better, but this one, about 6-ish hours on your skin, at least on my skin. It's got that tobacco note, it's warm, it's rich, it's the perfect date night scent. And if you're somebody that's a big fan of Dolce & Gabbana's The One, but you can't budget that sort of fragrance into your, rotation or something like that, then definitely check out Nike Men Brown. There's no shame in wearing cheaper fragrances, especially if they smell good. That should be, your focus in all of this, is that you can buy good smelling fragrances without spending $100+. My next one you can find for under $25 Australian at Chemist Warehouse. I've seen it on eBay for about $15, but as with most things, I would suggest shopping around. Just in case you want this more immediately, it may be worth paying a little bit more if you can get it where you are. And that's Michael Jordan's Legend. This is a gourmand fragrance. There's a huge amber note, it's actually quite sweet, and there's a caramel and syrup note as well. The bottle is on the cheaper side, but that doesn't mean it's not a good fragrance. It smells fantastic for the price. Performance is about 6 to 9 hours, depending on the weather, your skin chemistry, etc. Those of you out there that are looking for a more gourmand, edible sort of type of fragrance, vanillas, caramels, syrups, this is going to be more suitable for you, and it's actually quite nice for the winter time, or any time that calls for a cold weather scent. This is going to be right up your alley, and for less than $25 Australian, I can highly recommend it. Next up, Calvin Klein's Obsession for Men. This is a unique one because it's quite spicy and full of cinnamon. The bottle is very 90s looking. The DNA is very 90s. That doesn't mean it's not good. It's powdery, extremely powdery. If you don't like those sort of powdery, baby powder notes in your scents, steer clear from this one, because this is powders, it's warm, it's spicy, and it's got that incredibly bold cinnamon note. I would say it's on the cusp of being almost exclusively a mature aged scent. I can't imagine somebody 20 years old pulling this off. However, if that is you, and you are younger, and you're pulling off Calvin Klein's Obsession, then more power to you, man. It's a great scent, and at $35 for 200 ml, it's definitely worth checking out. And finally, we've got one that I've recently spoken about, Jupe Homme Eau de Parfum. Not the newly released Le Parfum. You can get this for anywhere I've seen between $30 to $40 Australian. This is a more mature take on the Jupe Homme DNA. It smells fantastic. Cinnamon. It's got some sweet notes in there. It's almost a little leathery. It's not a leather note, but it has a sophisticated leathery vibe to it. It also reminds me of apple and blackcurrant Ribena or apple and blackcurrant cordial. Not exactly all the way there, but it has that sort of blackcurrant vibe. It's definitely got a little bit of that Jupe Homme synthetic DNA to it, but don't let that deter you, because for the price you're actually getting something that lasts incredibly long, 9 hours plus, and it's affordable as well. Yeah, it's coming in close to the $40 mark, but when you factor in that it lasts, half a day to a day on your skin, it's definitely worth checking out. All of the fragrances I mentioned today, you can find them for under $40. The focus of this video is the fact that you can smell fantastic without paying an arm and a leg on your fragrances. Too many of these YouTubers will recommend you fragrances that nobody outside of the elite can sort of afford. I mean, paying $400 for a fragrance, it's not realistic for most people when you can spend $9 on Nike Man Brown and smell just as good, if not better. That's just my take on it, and I'm not criticizing those that do buy $400 fragrances because most of them probably smell great. But if you're not in a position to be buying them, don't let that deter you from smelling great either. Anyways, if you've ever worn any of these, let me know in the comments below, as I'm always curious to hear what you guys think. And until the next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.